I really like working with music, but I can't because I get copyright violated. I get violated by the copyrights. I'm a victim. Zippers up. Hey, I remember to do one thing right today. Hey guys, welcome to Tiny House Customs. I'm Dan. In today's video, I'm going to be prepping for the hardwood flooring. I'm not going to be laying any hardwood flooring in this video. It's going to be a two-part video series. There's a lot of prep that I need to do before I can even lay the flooring. You see this right here? Pre-installation checklist. This is inside the hardwood flooring. Obviously, it's acclimating right now, so it's acclimating. That's a word. I feel like I got a nose hair that's sticking out. Yeah, it needs to go. Good, got it. Obviously, I would recommend reading this. You know, I don't like instructions, but I skimmed over it. I did find this part to be very educational, but California Proposition 65 warning. Prop 65 is going to save you. You're not going to get cancer now because you know about California Prop 65. Well, I'm talking about it. I said I wasn't going to. Sorry. I will stop now. Hallmark. This is not a paid for video, by the way. Hallmark sent me a link to get like a gift card to Target. Like, no thanks. I like Walmart. Okay? It's Target because Hallmark is for like rich ass people, and rich people shop at Target. Or people that like quality goods. You're out of your mind. You've lost it. You have completely lost your minds. You know, now that I've read this, it's absolutely useless. There's absolutely zero information that would be beneficial to anyone. Between 60 and 80 degrees, relative humidity of 30 to 50. Well, I need one of them things that has temperature and, what's that? It's not a thesaurus. So before I start laying any of this hardwood flooring, I need to do a lot of prep work to this floor, so let us get started. One thing I'm going to do is to really quickly take a belt sander, just a handheld belt sander, and just run over the floor real quickly. That's going to help me notice if there's any like metal sticking up, any nails. I'll see sparks, I'll see shiny metal. So I'm going to make sure there's absolutely nothing sticking out of this floor. I've obviously been living in this house for a while, so there's a lot of like debris that's stuck into it. I'm going to vacuum it probably 6 or 7 times. I'm also going to break this into 3 different projects. The living room is going to be one day or whatever, one project. The kitchen and the bathroom will be another project, and then the bedroom will be another one, and then the stairs will also be incorporated in there somewhere. By doing it that way, I can move all the junk that I have in my house, or clothing, or whatever it is. I can move it to different locations and do this successfully. But I want to get the living room done, which is what I'm going to be documenting. I will be gluing this flooring down, so it's really strong and it doesn't feel like fake. It feels sturdy. This whole house feels sturdy. So I do have to put on a trim piece on this edge right here to accept the flooring and to be a nice transition, clean transition from that room into the kitchen. So when I ordered my hardwood flooring, obviously I ordered those pieces of trim to transition from room to room. Basically all my stairs need to have this piece of wood. I think it's called a bull-nosed stair tread or something like that. I don't really know. I haven't really Googled it. I don't really care. It's a piece of wood that I need. And so when I ordered it, they had ones that were very close in thickness here to what I needed, but they were a little bit shorter than what I needed. And I didn't want to shim up underneath this piece it was like literally a 1/16 of an inch. So what I did is I told them to get me the next size up, which is this is 1 inch. So I'd say that's about 3/4 of an inch. My hardwood flooring is a little bit light of 5/8 of an inch. So I had to remill all these pieces. Now you can also see that from this point right here to this point right here is pretty substantial. I think in a tiny house, having this hang over that much could potentially take away some of the living space. So yesterday what I did is I took all these to the table saw and I ripped them down. So this is now a little bit less than 5/8, and I brought this cut a little bit farther forward. So you can see the top ones before and the bottom ones after. Just a little bit of time at the table saw. And then what I did was I sanded them all with an orbital sander, smoothed all the edges. Anywhere I had little flakes of wood and stuff, I want to get those out of there because those are going to cause little problems later. These are little shims that'll throw everything off. So once I sanded them down and got all that debris off, I found a stain that was very close to the actual hardwood flooring. I brought a piece of flooring to the big box store and held it up to the stain sample board. Found one that was pretty close. I went a little bit lighter than the flooring because I can put 2 or 3 coats of stain on this and make it dark. Now this board is still wet, so it's a little bit sheenier, shinier than what it will be once it's done, but it's a pretty damn close match and I'm happy with it. I've got all the pieces cut for all the stairs and stuff. I ran them long. I measured all those pieces and I cut them about 6 inches long on every single piece. Then I'm going to go back and figure out all the angles so they butt up nice to each other and it's a real seamless piece. But the first one I'm going to be doing is, of course, the biggest one. So also after I stained them, I put on a boiled linseed oil finish on them. The flooring has an oil finish. It has a stain and an oil on it. So I wanted to match that as close as I could. So obviously I went with just a regular stain and a boiled linseed oil finish on it. What's great about having an oil finish on your hardwood flooring is over time when you have wear or tear or scratches in it, you can just hit it with some more oil. Maybe if you go too deep, you can hit it with a little bit of stain and then hit it with some oil. So I can re-oil my floors and I don't have to remove any of like a poly, which most hardwood floorings have a polyurethane type finish. So good, I'm happy with having it that way. Peanut, what the f is that?
It's a dinosaur bone. I found it. I keep it. It is delicious. Look at it. I'm excited. Cool, man. I got the biggest bone in the world. I wonder if it came off a pterodactyl.
Can you take that piece of dead animal outside too, please?
But no, I brought it to you as a gift. I'm gifting you with it. You're welcome.
It's better than the goat hoof you brought in yesterday. That was disgusting. My God.
No, it was not disgusting. It was delicious.
Where did you find this? What is this? You listen, I don't want forensic files to show up here. Get this off the property.
Hey, give me my testicles back.
Peanut. That's disgusting, Peanut. That's really gross. Come up here. Come up here. People like to see you. I would say half of the comments are about yous.
Well, that's because I'm important.
I didn't want kisses. You were just eating some balls. Did you hear your first gunshot from really close by today? What happened?
I got scared.
And where did you go?
Under my house. Oh, under my trailer house. It was scary. It was loud. It went bang, boom.
So as many of you know, this right here is going to be a dividing wall right here. It's a knee wall. It's going to have a cantilevering countertop with 2 bar stools on this side for my dining area, if you will. Originally, this thing was like 4 inches longer. I shrunk it down. I moved this whole bolt system that I've got to make this solid. And then I used it for a few months and realized that it's a little too small. Another 2 inches would be great. So what I'm going to do is put on 1.5 inches of material right here. And then the trim that will go on here will be another 1/4 inch pieces of trim. So it's going to bump it out just enough to make me happy. And then obviously the countertop is going to hang over that, probably 3/4 to 1 inch. So it'll give me what I want, but also being a little bit smaller than what it originally was. If that makes any sense. So what I did was I cut a 2x4 at the exact height.
I thought you were weaving these, and so I got scared and I started to follow you.
It's okay, Peanut. I'm not leaving.
Okay, good. I will go downstairs. I like these stairs, though.
Oh, yeah, like that dust is not a problem. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to sand all of this floor. Since I'm only going to do this first piece of trim right here, I'm going to sand this back about 1 foot. Real quickly, just nothing special. Just yap, real quick. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I don't want that sanding pad. It's like a G-string sanding pad. Ooh. Gentlemen, welcome Candy to the stage. Candy's just trying to put herself through college while taking care of her 4-year-old. Make sure you show her some love, gentlemen. Have you thought about serving coffee or possibly waiting tables? I'm sure your 4-year-old loves what you do for a living, but no. No, Candy. Do you need to do this step? No. Is it going to make my finished product a little nicer? Yes. Do I recommend it? I don't know. I don't know if I'd recommend it. I just want this flooring to be absolutely perfect. Sweep it real good. Bad out, bad out, bad out. So this is going to be kind of confusing, but Obviously this is my kitchen area right here. I got my refrigerator that's going right here. All this is going to be cabinets, all custom built. I want my fridge to be really close to this. I am going to build a cabinet that goes around the fridge. I'm obviously going to give it the space that is required by the manufacturer's specifications. They say, you know, put a 1/2 inch on each side, 2 inches up top, an inch on the bottom, whatever it is. So I'm going to make sure I got that. But I want this bullnose stuff to stop right where the cabinets would start. So I went on to Lowe's.com and I looked up kitchen cabinets. They were all 23 3/4, and that's from the back to the front. I would believe that's to the front of the door. I could be wrong. I also went and measured the fridge that I got today, and it's 25 inches to the end. I also went into a regular house and looked at how appliances worked with each cabinet, and there's really no set thing on that thing. If it's sticking out, it's not really noticeable. If it's in a little bit, you can push it forward so it's flush. I'm going to keep all my cabinets what would be standard, which is 24 inches, I would believe. I think it's 23 3/4, but call it 24. So if I butt into this wall right here and I measure to 24 inches, now that will be the outside of my cabinets, I believe. I think that's right. Now that'll be to the outside of my cabinets. Now I'm not building conventional cabinetry. So if I do go with the 24 inches, it'll be fine. My fridge is gonna stick out a little bit, but what that'll do is give me room to have that door open without hitting anything and bending the door or causing any problems. So I got the piece that's gonna go here. Put a fresh cut on this. This is gonna butt right into my finished wall. Seamless. It will be trimmed a little bit. I'm going to run this to here. I'm going to mark this point. If I'm off that by like an 1/8 inch, it's going to be okay because my trim will cover that. And then I'm going to come here and mark where that 25 is. Like my mother always said. She didn't really say that. Daniel, you need to measure twice. Cut once. So this piece is going to get cut here, and then it's going to get ripped right here. So a lot of math is going to pursue right here, and I'm going to work on that. So I got this thing cut to length. I need to rip out for that little dot thing I got going on over there. Now I haven't really talked about the trim I'm going to be using in this house, but there's going to be a lot of steel incorporated into this house, like a ton of steel. It's going to be insane. I'm not a steel worker at all, but I like that look, so I'm going to be using it to accent pretty much every little piece that is in this house. It's going to be around the windows, it's going to be around everything. It's going to be an insane amount of steel. So I want to put a piece of steel on the front of this. I'll have a unique fastening system that'll look really industrial, and it's really gonna set this off. But I don't have that steel yet, but I know it's gonna be a 1/4 inch. I did rip these little pieces of wood at a little lighter than 5/16. It would be into the 32nd range, but I want to put these on like this. I'm just gonna tack this in here. I'm just gonna tack this in here like this, so it helps set this up to be the right distance. What I'll do is I'll remove these later and I'll slide that steel up, and it'll go behind this piece of bullnose. Why do I keep calling it bullnose? If it's not a bullnose, well, I've made a mistake. Now these nails are below where this thing will cover it, so I'll be able to remove it. As much of a pain in the butt it's going to be. Oh, you want to make YouTube videos? It's going to make you so much quicker at making your tiny house. No. Talk about this quite frequently. It literally adds double the amount of time, if not triple. So this piece needs to get ripped right here. I got this line, which represents this. This is cut to length, so this needs to get cut here to here. What I'm going to do is mark the back side. It'll be nice and easy. So I'm going to measure this. I've got 1 1/16 inch, got 1 1/8 inch. This obviously is not running too nice, but if I go 1 1/16 inch, it'll be all right. I'll just end up with a gap on the back side here, and my tongue and groove will cover it up nicely. So what did I just say? What is it? What is it? What is it? This is my grandfather's tape measure. Probably one of my most prized possessions I own. Obviously, when I take this over to the table saw, I'm going to have to do other types of math. But basically, I'm going to measure from this to the edge of this, and I'll set my table saw up so that this edge is running against the fence, and my blade is cutting on this side of the line, and I'll be good. And I'll stop roughly around here because of the radius of the blade, and finish it with a jigsaw. Good. Oh, I like it. Oh, that broke it. I guarantee you that just broke my finger. Oh, that's much smarter. Way more strength in this direction. Do I have OCD? No. No, I actually have respect for what I do. So I can't remember if I said this already in the video, but I'm going to be gluing this flooring down. So I want to glue this piece of bullnose down. It's not bullnose. And then I'm probably going to take a couple tacks with some trim guns and put some nails into it. Just very few, just to hold it. The glue is really going to be what I want to hold this down. So I'm just going to go get some regular wood glue and glue this down versus using the big 5-gallon drum that I got of the glue that's going to be going on the flooring. I don't want to open that up because it could potentially ruin it. So I'm going to make sure this is absolutely as clean as I can get it. I've never done anything like this, by the way. So for those of you thinking like, oh, he knows what he's doing. No, not really. I'm doing my best. So I'm going to put this up here and mark this roughly, real rough, you know. I'm going to apply some Type Bond 2 glue. So I'm just going to lay down a fat bead. It's going to squeeze out and screw everything up. Yep. Yep, it is. You got to think right here is going to get a lot of foot traffic. Like every day, maybe 3 or 4 times. Somebody's going to step on it. So good gluing. Let's put it in. Wiggle it. Take it out. You see what happened? We didn't get good adhesion. A lot of glue. Like more glue than you can imagine. I'm going to use some maybe 2-inch nails. So right where the blocks are, I want to push in real hard as well as push down. And I'm going to take and put 2 nails. Now I put those nails on a V like this, so it's going to really grab it and hold it. It's going to hold it down. It's going to be hard to pull that board up. Oh, there's glue that squeezed out. Son of a bitch. Did you not see that coming, Spesh? So since this is going to be a high traffic area, I'm going to put 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. 2 nails, 1 here and 1 here. And then right here there's going to be a railing that mounts to this 2 points. So I'm going to have some big lags that go into it. So I'm just going to put maybe 2 more nails right here. That's done. Now this glue that I've created is a mess. It's an absolute atrocious mess. Luckily I gained 40 pounds and I've got 360 black t-shirts that are no longer the right size. So I'm going to clean this glue up. Now again, remember, this is going to get covered with stuff. So it's okay that it looks absolutely atrocious. I just don't want it to drip down. I think at some point I'm going to have to start working sober. Because, I mean, I always wake up the next day and I'm like, I don't look half bad. I seem to do some of my best work when I'm a few drinks deep. Make sure I get any squeeze out. Clean it up now while it's wet. So much easier now than later. So I'm going to stay off of this for 24 hours. I'm going to let this harden completely. I cut myself. Every project got it at least once. So right now I'm going to panel this wall right here. And I'll notch the panel right around this point right here. And this will get done. My cabinetry will go up tight to it. None of that will be seen, but I'm still going to do it right. Because that's the theme with this project. I think that's going to be the end of this video, but it's not really. I'm going to continue doing work. But I think I went over everything I wanted to. Get this floor prepped. Clean it. Make sure it's smooth. Your joint plywood is going to bow up in the middle. So smooth that out. Even if you just take an orbital sander and hit it real quick. I can see several spots that need it. And I noticed when I hit it with the belt sander that it was really bad. So this is just going to make putting the flooring on so much better. Some of the panels are about 8 inches wide. So if you were to go like that, you're going to end up with a boof. And it's not good. So, I don't know, prep it. And then all these little nail holes, take some wood filler, put that in there. They did recess quite well. But trim. Wait till you see that trim. I've told you about it. I finally told you about it. I've been keeping it a secret. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe. If you like this video so much, make sure you share it on your favorite social media. And as always, I will see you on the next video. And what are we doing in the next video? We're going to install some hardwood flooring. We're going to glue it down. I watched all 10 videos on YouTube on how to install hardwood flooring by gluing it down. And they were all horrible. So I'm going to aim to continue that streak. Yes! No, I won't. Trust me, I hate shitty YouTube videos. I watch them. Okay, I'm done.